Hi, in this video I just want to cover some latest news events regarding the Online Safety Act. Although it's not exactly directly related to the Online Safety Act, it is about data and our personal data and how organisations take care of it, and sometimes not very much care. This is regarding the DBS, DBS data breach. And if you are aware, the DBS is called the Disclosure and Barring Service, and it's a public body of the Home Office. Its primary role is to help keep employers make safer recruitment decisions, and basically you apply to them if you want to get criminal record checks. I've had 2 or 3 in the last year, usually with sort of voluntary organisations. Just want to make sure that you've got no convictions, nothing nasty on your record before they let you work for them. It's generally volunteers, but paid employment does it as well. Anything that involves children or vulnerable adults will usually involve a DBS check. It used to be known as CRB checks. If you're looking back, it's just checking criminal history mainly. And you basically have to supply details of who you are, your driving license, passport, and then they run this check on you, and that's all it is to it. DBS then gives you a form, a DBS check, and says you're cleared to work. The point here is the data, the personal data that it is looking after. Now, what's happened? Well, basically, it's all got nicked. All the personal data files that people supply. Now, the last one I did, I think I put in my driving license, a proof of address, which was a bill, council tax or something like that, and my passport, and I answered some questions. All this has been lost from December 2024 and 2025 through a particular third-party provider, APCS they're called, Access Personal Checking Services. So this is all the personal data going to a government criminal checking organisation run by the Home Office. Now, I should point out that it wasn't the Home Office directly who lost this, it was a third-party supplier. Now, what they do, now this was related to churches, so church volunteers who were having DBS checks, all their data was nicked. This Access Personal Checking Services provides portals, web portals, so that people can use a simple front end to grab all this information and send it to the DBS, except here it wasn't all being sent, it was also being copied somewhere else. I'm not quite sure where. So it's basically a cyber attack, and I don't know where all this information has gone, but it's a long time. It's all these checks between December 24 and May 25, and it's only come up a few weeks ago. This is one of the reports, newspaper reports on it from the Church Times, who obviously got their finger on the pulse of cyber security incidents. To be fair, nobody else has reported it much. And here's the cyber attack leaves hundreds of parishioners at risk of identity theft. I think it's almost certainly more, because these portals are used by lots of people. For instance, somebody's told me that estate agents use it for doing criminal record checks on tenants. So you basically put all the information in on there when you go into your local estate agents to make sure that when you're renting a property that you're haven't got loads of criminal convictions, stuff like that. So it's going to be much more extensive than a few churches, but that's bad enough. So that's basically 6 months where all these this data was being lost. They say the portal was not compromised. I don't see how they can say that if the data is being stolen. What's gone? Compromised data and scope. Basically, the report says full name and a date of birth has gone, email and postal addresses, place of birth and gender numbers, national insurance numbers. I forgot they ask you for your NI number as well, which is like a social security number in the US, and passport and driving license. So this is 10 Church of England dioceses have said their parishioners were affected. As usual, we'll know very, very minimal information, really. You can guarantee it's more extensive than this. It always is. Why does this matter? Right, the Online Safety Act, of course, is the act created by the Conservative government in the UK and enacted by the Labour government a few weeks ago, where basically we've got to give all this personal ID data if we want to go and watch a porn video on site or any harmful or adult material now needs adult verification. Fine. But the way they're getting this adult verification is asking you to upload passports or send your credit card details, or even more worrying in my opinion, although it may not seem that, is biometric information. So storing your details of your face and telling you if you look under 18, which apparently AI can do quite accurately. But why does it matter? All this data is going. We've just seen how it's been compromised at a Home Office controlled DBS organisation. Okay, so a central government with big security budgets, I hope, and experts at their beck and call. They've been targeted, whether been targeted or all the data's been compromised, albeit by a third party. Financial fraud. Why this matters? Cybercriminals grab this stuff. It's like gold dust to them, you know? What you think they can't do much with your driving license or your passport, well, they can. They can open bank accounts. They can apply for loans or benefits or credit cards in your name, because these credit cards are asking for the same proof as the local porn site is for watching a cam girl. Document fraud. You can create false identification documents or impersonate victims in an official context. All sorts of things, wills or deeds of houses and all sorts of things that I haven't really got the criminal mind to make money out of, but I'm sure somebody has. This stuff, as I said before, is gold dust. And instantly as well, targeted phishing. Now this is really quite interesting as well. When you get these emails from Nigerian princes, we're all onto those now, but they can create... Cybercriminals with all this data can create really convincing scams if they have some of your personal data, if they know when your driving license was created, if they know when you passed your test, if they know when you last went on holiday to Ibiza, things like that from your passport details or personal details. They can create these scams that are very convincing, and that's why they want this data. Don't submit this data anywhere if you can help it. So, guidance, if it has happened to you, now it might be through the DBS or something related if you're having these emails. We get these emails and notifications all the time. Oops, we've lost your data. Never mind, you're fine. What you should do, really, reset the passwords across all your accounts. That's important because they'll try other accounts if they've got your passwords. Now, the DBS one, we're not suggesting they've stolen passwords here, but if you do get your password pinched, reset them. Enable two-factor authentication is important as well. Check your credit reports. Now, this is a really useful one. You can get these free from sites like Money Supermarket and stuff as well, I think. They don't cost much. You've got likes of Experian, Equifax, TransUnion, ClearScore, Credit Karma, Check My File. There's quite a few others. Have a look at them. Get a credit report every now and again and make sure, and immediately if you suspect your data has been compromised, see if somebody's taken a loan out for you and you don't recognize. Check, be extra vigilant for suspicious emails and calls. This is important all the time, but if you know your data's compromised, you have certainly moved up the totem pole of victims. You're on a list somewhere. Somebody will be coming for you, electronically speaking. Consider a credit freeze. You know, if you find something, contact all this credit. Make them freeze your credit if you can. Try and... It's a nightmare, I know, but it can get worse if you don't do something about it. In the UK, you can report concerns to Action Fraud. There's probably a US version or a European version of that as well. Okay, lessons and recommendations. Kind of a boring. This is for I have got a security background. And I put these at the end. You can stop listening if you're not a company managing data, and thanks for watching up to now. But I thought I'd put it in anyway. Third-party risk management. People ignore this because they have their super secure systems, like the DBS have probably got, and then they've got a third-party web-based company who are producing a portal, probably from a small office in the back of a chip shop in Bristol. And all the data gets nicked before it even gets anywhere near them. Organisations have to thoroughly vet all suppliers. these companies who are being forced in the Online Safety Act are not going to do this. They really are not going to bother doing this. Big companies like DBS are not doing it. There's no way they're going to do it. It costs a lot of money. But what you should do is you should vet all your suppliers. You should do security assessments and risk assessments of all third parties that are involved in access to data or your systems. Data minimization principles, follow this if you're online. Only collect and retain the minimum personal data and only supply the minimum personal data necessary wherever possible. For companies, they should implement regular data cleansing protocols to remove all this stuff. It's no point. Companies leave all this stuff on hard drives and backup servers and stuff all over the place. Nobody keeps track of it. People pretend to. The best companies, people like Twitter and Google have been hacked, for crying out loud. So these other companies stand very little chance, but this is the sort of thing you should do. And breach response planning. I'm not sure what the DBS have done this. To be honest, from what I've heard, the church have been quite good about it, and they've given everybody free subscriptions to Equifax, I think, or Experian, to check their credit report, and a load of other guidance, which is better than most do. Ensure you've got communication protocols for notifying affected individuals. If you're going to get hacked, people will get hacked with the best will in the world. They always will. They should have a process of notifying affected individuals and the authorities as well. So, the APCS breach, DBS breach, demonstrates that even when your own systems are secure, your data is only safe as your weakest third-party supplier. Okay, I'm going to finish there before it gets too waffly. I hope you've enjoyed this video. This is regarding the Online Safety Act and the recent DBS data breach in the UK. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.